I want to start this off by saying Haslab and Hasbro as a company, they're not looking too good right now. In the beginning of this Haslab situation where, you back a project, you can get the project in about a year's time. All you got to do is back it, limit to 5 backers per order, or per address. All was gravy in the beginning. Hasbro started out with the Sentinel. So everybody went and backed the Sentinel. Not everyone, but most people backed the Sentinel. A lot of people still wanted to see how it's all going to play out. A lot of people didn't even know about it. But it became successful. It broke records to the point where they had to start adding tiers on each Haslab project. Now, in doing that, we started to see, okay, Hasbro is, they understand that this is a good thing and it's good for collectors who wanted to back the Sentinel, and the tiers opened up. I actually think they were so surprised by how fast they got backed with, I think, a $6,000 mark, 6,000 backers mark, not dollars, sorry. But, everyone backed it and it blew past its projected backer point, to the point where they started adding more stuff on it. And that was a good thing. That was an awesome thing for them to do. Everybody was in agreement that that first project was awesome. Fast forward a year later, people knew the Haslab project was coming up again. I think you had your Star Wars and you had your, what's the other company? Transformers. They all wanted to get in on the Haslab project. So next up we had the Galactus. Now the Galactus, that was pretty pricey. They was asking for $400, up for $50, and obviously it was going to be tiers. Some of his heralds, including Silver Surfer, but people backed that. It blew records again. Second time. Now I didn't back the second one. I only backed the Sentinel because I needed the Sentinel for my X-Men display. It's a good centerpiece for a lot of collectors out there. If you collected a certain line or a certain team for long enough, or a certain series, you knew, hey, this Sentinel's based around X-Men. This Galactus is based around all of your galactic characters. And that was a good thing. And now here we are with Robbie Reyes. Now, it's looking bad right now. And I'm just going to give my critique on why it's doing so poorly as far as backers, and it has nothing to do with really Ghostrider. You see, about 2 or 3 years back, one of the marketing team, I think is Dan Young, he really was adamant about getting the Spider-Man animated series out there. And he was a fan of the cartoon. There was a lot of nostalgia for the cartoon. Even though we were getting Spider-Man figures, that particular line of Spider-Man, the animated series, was a thing. And we got a re-release of Spider-Man in a new sculpt. It was awesome, he had a lot of other characters. I think the first wave was Spider-Man, Jonah Jameson, which was a shop exclusive. You had Mary Jane, and you had Peter Parker. Awesome. Right after that, the next wave, you had Electro, you had, Shocker. No, it was Electro, and it was the Scorpion. No, the Scorpion came out yet? No, the Scorpion didn't come out yet. But they were following a beat. There was a beat pattern with the Spider-Man animated series. And it was the most successful of the Marvel Legends. I mean, they had exclusives and all that, but still, that was a successful line in the Marvel Legends umbrella. That Spider-Man animated series. And it was getting a lot of praise. People liked the characters from the cartoon. People needed a Jonah Jameson. People needed a Mary J. And it had a swappable head with Gwen Stacy. All in all was good with that line. Now, this predates before the X-Men animated series that they have out now. The Spider-Man animated series was, in my opinion, successful. I collected all the figures. The card backs was awesome. It was sturdy. It was strong. It didn't break on you, like other lines of Hasbro where the plastic is flimsy or it's falling off, the glue isn't tight. That's some real strong industrial strength packaging with that Spider-Man. So I give them props for that. And in my thinking, I'm saying to myself, do they know what they got on their hands right here? Because before we even knew Robbie Reyes, before we even knew Ghostrider, we got no inclination of anything from Ghostrider or Ghostrider Wave. Nothing. It was all Spider-Man animated series. And it's baffling to me how everyone's shocked and surprised, not everybody, but some, that Robbie Reyes isn't getting backed like it should. Some people went into this new Haslab thinking, oh, you know, we're going to get the Ghostrider. You hear the engine revving? And what's so sad about that engine revving is the damn car don't even make an engine sound. It don't even make an engine sound. It's a light up Christmas tree. That's all it is. You hit one button, you get some flame effects and all that. Where's the revving engine? Like, I'm pretty sure Hasbro and their marketing team got to look at this like, wait a minute, we dropped the ball here. Now, I did see the Haslab reveal, and I did remember one of the marketing team goes, yeah, you know, out of all of the selections, we came to this conclusion that Ghostrider, Robbie Reyes had to be the Haslab. That is crazy. For any Ghostrider fan, everybody wanted Danny Ketch. Everybody wanted, you know, your rooted Ghostriders, like the classic Ghostrider. But they come out and they say, well, we're not having any more vehicles. This is the only vehicle. That is insane to me. But I don't have a problem with Ghostrider. If they had, you know, presented it right. If they gave you the other two bikers along with Robbie Reyes, that'd have been cool. But they didn't do that. And now, to tell you the truth, I wasn't even expecting the Ghostrider. The build-up from, and I'm going back to the animated series, the build-up from them showing wave after wave after wave, selling out. The only thing that hung on the peg was really Hammerhead, because he was everywhere. But all the other ones sold out completely. You know what I'm saying? Ben Reilly sold out. Armored Spider-Man sold out. You can't find them. They even got the symbiote Spider-Man. That sold out. You can't even find that. But for them to build up to this point, I'm thinking the home run. It was an easy layup for Hasbro and they goofed. Okay? They straight up goofed. It was an easy layup that after you done gave us all of those animated Spider-Mans, you give us the Spider Slayer. You give us the Spider Slayer. You had two Haslab projects that were based on robots, okay? You had Sentinel and you had Galactus. Works of art. Great scope, achievement of its time. Something that can't be put on the shelf that's understandable, but also something unique. Something that can't be sold on the shelf. And that's awesome. But they goofed by giving us a Haslab Robbie Reyes car. A character that's only been out 6 years, who's got really no ground staple as far as great moments in comic book history only than his origin. And that's not a slight towards Robbie Reyes, but Danny Ketch had way more interesting stories than him. Sorry. You see that classic bike, everybody wants that. That's a guarantee sell. But also what's a guarantee sell is your build up with your Spider-Man animated series. The bonehead decision. I'm pretty sure one of those guys, you know what I'm saying, that's on that marketing team had that vision. I know it because I felt it when I saw it. I was like, oh man, they gotta drop the Spider Slayer. And I'm not talking about the comic book Spider Slayer. You give us the triple stack animated series Spider Slayer. That was the home run, Hasbro. Y'all goofed it up. Y'all screwed it up. You got backers dropping. The joints got holes in it. It's leaking. Y'all losing so many backers right now with this boneheaded decision. I'm sorry. But how I seen it and the build up to it, it was an easy layup. Not only that, a Spider Slayer is an army builder. How y'all goof? I don't even understand that. And I understand that the attitude amongst a lot of collectors out there. I'm pretty sure 40% of people did not expect a Robbie Reyes car. I'm sorry. Especially if he ain't got no sound effects. Like, that's just blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I'm looking at this Haslab project. Hasbro is in trouble. And they already made an announcement, said there ain't gonna be no more tears revealed. They missed the early bird special of powered down Robbie Reyes. So what's the point of the car powered down if you don't got Robbie Reyes powered down? That was just dumb. I mean, they shouldn't have really even did early bird special. They should have gave you that powered down Robbie off top for jump, or at least give you a head sculpt. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the customizers out there, whoever decides to back this junk is gonna give you a customized Robbie Reyes. So you're gonna be good with that. You're not gonna have the great pants, but you're still gonna have the Robbie Reyes. But man, 2022. Could this be the first time that Marvel loses backers and fails in backing? It's looking real spooky out there. Now, they got a month left. We still in September. The joint don't wrap up until October. So let's see what happens. I think they're going to play their cards close. They're not going to say anything. And if they don't say anything, that's just they're going to make it worse. They're going to make it worse. Like, not for nothing, I've been making memes and jokes laughing at this, honestly, but truth be told, I want everybody to get what they want. And the collectors out there that do want a Robbie Reyes, I hope you get it. I hope you get it. But you're going to need a lot of support coming from the community. And right now, with this boneheaded decision Hasbro has done, they have divided the community so badly just by their actions with this project that I don't think it's going to be healed. You see, everybody was in on Sentinel. You had 110% support with Sentinel. You had 110% support amongst the community. Us collectors, we all in this together. But if you got a heavy divide in the community, you can't get mad at, honestly, you can't even get mad at your collectors. You can't. You can't get mad at your fellow collectors that has certain different opinions on this. And I've seen a lot of people throwing shade at each other. But overall, truth be told, this was a bad decision. This is a bad Haslab. Robbie Reyes is not grounded deep in the history of comics like that. He's just not. He's too new. Yeah, the Charger look good, but that ain't even Charger. And I think Dwight came out and said, yo, this is for the car enthusiasts. Every car enthusiast I spoke to said that. What are those? What is that? That's not a Charger that I know. They didn't even buy the license for Dodge. They didn't even buy the license. So where's this 350 coming from? And if you compare the Sentinel with this, it ain't adding up, B. It ain't adding up. I saw Valor versus video the other day, and he put it out there. He was like, yo, one arm of the Sentinel is 50 pieces. 50 individual sculpted pieces. That car is maybe 50 to 60 pieces to put together. That's it. You can't even lift the hood and take out the engine parts. You can take one part of the engine out. That's it. So where's 350? The base value of a project is you're supposed to look at the base, the regular project with no tears, and say, yes, that's $400 worth of product. Yes, that's $350 worth of product. This car, if I go in my Target right now and turn around, I got a lot of RC cars staring back at me. Okay? There's a lot of RC cars staring right back at me. There's nothing special about that Charger that Fast and Furious ain't give you with Jada Toys or any other RC product, okay? Sorry, that's not unique. It looks like a joke, and when you look at Dwight and them in the video, they look like they don't believe in the project. I'm sorry, they just don't look that enthused. Yeah, they got to market it and sell it, but I'm not even slighting the marketing team. Shout outs to them. They do what they can do. But the higher up, whoever's above, whoever the CEO is of Hasbro, he needs to go. Hold this CEO of Hasbro. You have royally screwed up the Marvel Legends Haslab. But that's my take on it. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, you know what I mean? Voice your opinions at the bottom. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all in another video. Peace.